Okay, so let me create a new file, session2.js. So today we will be discussing about the functions, loops, conditional operators. I'm audible. Are you able to hear me? And the screen is visible? Are you able to hear me? Okay, fine. So today we will be discussing about how to create a function, how to use a function, what is a function, and also about the loops and conditional operators. Okay, so first we'll see what is a function. Okay, so function, if you want to know the definition, it is set of instruction or written to use it to perform a particular action and can reuse multiple times. Okay, actually a function is nothing but it's a set of instructions or code written to perform a particular action and reuse it multiple times whenever we want. That means, let me tell you a simple example. Okay, so now we will be having normal plates, right? For having food, we will be using normal plates. Like we will use steel plates, or else we'll use paper plates, right? Okay, what we will do if you are using the paper plate only one time, right? Use and throw, right? Paper plate only we will use one time and will use and will throw, right? But when it comes to the steel plate, use it multiple times, right? The functionality is same. The paper plate or a steel plate, the functionality is same, but when it comes to the steel plate, we'll use it multiple times. So same like this, we are going to create some sort of functions where we are going to perform the same action multiple times whenever we want. It might be one time also no problem, it might be multiple times also no problem. We will just call the function with respect to the function's name. Okay, so now let us see how can we create a function. Okay, there will be two ways to create a function in JS. There will be two ways to create a function. First way is you have to give the function. Function is the keyword, and then you have to define the function name. Function name. This is a function. I'm just doing console.log. This is a simple function. So you can see this when I run this program, it will print nothing. It will print nothing. when this particular function will get called means when this particular function will get executed means you have to call the function. Okay, you have to call the function, then only the function will get executed. Now you can see in the console it wasn't printed anything. Okay, when I print this, now you can see this is a sample function got printed. Clear? So the function will get executed when you call the function. Okay, so in what other ways that we can create a function? Okay, so next way will be const function name anything whatever. Okay, you can give here console.log. Okay, this is, we will call it as arrow function. This is normal way of declaring the function. This is uh, the from the latest ES6 onwards we can use this. This is called as arrow function. This is another way of representing the function. Okay, now if I run, you can see this. This is a sample function and the function name. Understood how to create the functions? How to create the functions? Now let us see little bit more. Okay, so now what I am going to do is I am going to do addition of two numbers. Okay, so I am going to create a function addition of two number with a function. Okay, I am going to create a function addition num1 comma num2. So whatever the data that you are mentioning inside this parenthesis open and close braces, so those values we will consider as a, we will call it as a parameters. Okay, these values are the parameters. So what I am going to do, console.log addition of num1 plus num2 equals to num1 plus num2. Okay, now what I am going to do, if I want to do addition, I will just pass 10 comma 20 addition of 12 comma 17 addition of 19 comma 15 addition of 18 comma 28. So how many times that we want, we can just call this function. This function will do the addition and it will give the result for us. You can see this, you got it. Okay, so same like this you can do addition, multiplication, division and all. Okay, so now let us see, we'll create a simple table. Okay, table means whatever the number that I am passing, for that I need a table from 1 to 10. How can we do that? Simple. Okay, so I'm just going to copy the function, multiplication table. Num into 1 equals to into okay. Here I will print console.log multiplication table for number 1. Okay, so I will just print 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9, 10. And I will do the same here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what I will do, if I want second table, I'll just pass to next. If I want let us see 13th table, I will pass that. You can see this, the complete table came, multiplication table. Got it? So like this you can do any operation with the functions. So the same thing only, we are not uh, doing the same thing multiple times, right? We are just calling the functions. We are calling the function and we are reusing the function, right? So this is the main advantage of the function. Clear? Is it clear, guys? How to create a function, how to write a function? So that now we'll proceed for the conditional operators. Is it clear? Any doubts in this one? Any doubts? Any doubts in the functions? We just created very simple functions. Is it clear? Can we proceed further? Tell me what's the doubt. Can we proceed further? If you have any doubts, ask me. I will clear. Till how to call a function with the help of the function name you can call. So you can see here, we have created a simple function name and we are calling the function with the help of the function name. Okay, so that is what we have done here. So for this function, we are passing some numbers, some values, because it is expecting some properties, parameters. Okay, so now we'll see the conditional operators. It will be little bit uh, interesting as well. So conditional operators, conditional operators means based on the condition, the further instructions will get executed. Okay, for example, there will be multiple conditional operators. If condition is there, if else is there, if else if else, so on. Next, switch is there. Next, ternary operator. Mostly we will use this. Okay. Now let us see if now I am going to create function, simple function. Uh, Function. I am just going to find greater number, num1 comma num2. So we just need to find which number is the greater number, right? So for example, here I'm passing 10 comma 20. Okay. So what we need to know, if number 1 greater than number 2, then I will print console.log. What we need to do, we just need to print uh, number 1 is greater than number 2. Got it? Else, if it is not true, then number 2 will be greater than number 1. This is the if else condition. So what we are doing, if the number 1 is greater than number 2, then we are printing this one. In place of printing, we can do some other operation as well. Okay, and otherwise we are printing number 2 is greater than number 1. You can see the result. Console.log. Number 1, number 2, something. No, 1 is not defined. Okay, we define number. Num 2. So somewhere the spelling mistake. Somewhere the spelling mistake in this one. So no problem. Okay, number 1 is greater than I'll print the same here. Now you can see 20 is greater than 10. So we can pass any numbers like this. Just 3 is enough. I'll pass here 15, 12, 235, and here 5, 3, 2. You can see 20 is greater than this, 15 is greater than this. So this is what the if else condition. If else if means you can compare more this thing. Okay, for example, the same, I'll do the same operation for three numbers if you want to do. Get a number 3, number 1, number 2, number 3. Now we need to pass three numbers. Now how can we do that? Number 1 greater than number 2. Okay, we already discussed AND operation, right? And number 1 greater than number 3. That means number 1 greater than number 2, and number 1 greater than number 3 means number 1 is greater than number 1, number 2, and number 3, right? Else if we need to execute the same thing here, place of number 1 we'll call number 2. Number 2 is greater than number 1, and number 2 is greater than number 3. Then number 2 will be greater than remaining two numbers. I'll just print else if number 3 greater than number 2, number 3 greater than number 1, number 2 number 3, number 1, and so if all are equal, then else console.log all are equal. Okay, 10, 20, 30. I'll pass more 10, 10, 10, 10, 30, or else okay. Now you can see the result. 20 is greater than something from here, right? This one. 30 is greater than 10 and 20, right? 24 is greater than 1 and 12. 54 is greater than 19 and 23. So here I have passed all 10, 10, 10. So it is printing all are equal. You got it? This is how we can use the if else condition and if else if conditions. Clear? Now we'll see a switch condition. Before that, we'll see the simple ternary operator. Okay, ternary operator. In ternary operator, you can write a condition. How it will be means condition here. First, you have to write the condition question mark. If the condition is true, here true whatever you want to execute, it will execute. If the condition is false, it will execute here. Okay. So, for example, I am just writing here 10 greater than 20. If this condition is true, then it will print the condition is true. Otherwise, console.log the condition is false. You can see the condition is false because 10 greater than 20 condition is false, right? So it printed the false condition. Now if I give here 6, now the condition is true, right? So this is how we can use the ternary operator. Okay, this is how we can use the ternary operator. For example, if 10 is greater than 6, this whatever here we are writing, if the condition is true, then I need to execute this function, any function, for example some function. Okay, so what I will do, we will just call that function here. If the condition is true, then I will find number 3, 28, 19, 10. If the condition is false, then what I will do, find uh, multiplication table for 7. Okay, if the condition is true, then we are calling this function. If the condition is false, then we are calling this function, multiplication table function. You can see here the condition is true, so that we are calling the find greater number in 3, 28 something something we are calling. So 28 is greater than this thing got printed. Okay, if I make it as condition as false, it will call the multiplication table, right? Second, the 7th table multiplication table has been printed here. Okay, so this is how we can use the ternary operator as well. Now let us see switch. Okay, so what I will do is I'll just create a function uh, arithmetic operations. We just need to first we need to pass the symbol, comma number 1, comma number 2. Okay, so console.log arithmetic operations. So what I will do, switch symbol, and we will write the cases. If the condition when the switch is plus, Then what we will do, we'll just do the console.log addition of number 1 plus number 2 equals to number 1 plus number 2. Okay, once this condition is got satisfied, then we will break. Okay, like this we need to write all the cases. Okay, so default, that means if all these are false, there is no condition which matched, then I will console.log invalid symbol, and then finally you can just break that. Got it? So addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, that we have done. So what we need to do, arithmetic operations, simple calculator. What we will do, we'll just call the function name. I'll pass the first will be, I need this addition. I will just pass 20 comma 19. Next I need multiplication, I will need, and I will do 19 comma 17. I need next I need subtraction for 87 comma 73. I need division, you can do anything, comma 87 divided by 19. I now I will pass some incorrect number. Okay, this symbol is not there, right? So let us see the output. Just for this, we got the result, uh, and it is not there, it has to come to default. So I'll bring some random here. You can see invalid symbol. Got it? We are using only the function. With the help of the switch, we have performed different operation based on the symbol. So if the symbol is not present, whatever the operation that we are doing, if it is not there, then it will print the default condition. Okay, if I am going to print something like something I am typing, then that particular symbol is invalid symbol, right? According to us. So it will print the default data. You can see the result also. You got it? Clear? Any doubts? Uh, can you tell any situation creating web page where cool. Uh, we'll discuss when we start integrating the HTML with the JavaScript and all. Then you can understand why we have been discussed all these things now. Okay, so no need to worry about it now. So else if else if ladder we already created. If else whatever it is. So like printf in Java, how many types of output statements are there? In just only one. A print will be in the there is no print statement. Print will be in Python. Printf will be in what do you call the C programming. In Java it will be system.out.println. So in JavaScript it will be console.log. Okay, so in place of 1 2 3 numbers, when we give 1 2 3, then how could we analyze the data? What do you mean by, I mean character numbers. So you are saying that in place of 1 2 3 20, you need you wanted to write the 20 here, right? So then you have to, there's no other way, you have to convert, you have to here also inside the function you have to write one more case switch condition or something to convert all the numbers, all the characters into a number. There is no internal function for that one. Okay, I'll upload that. So any doubts, guys? Any doubts still here? I'll share the code, you can practice. So tomorrow we will be discussing about, I thought to discuss the loops as well. Yeah, we'll discuss the loops as well. That's not a big problem. Okay, so what I will do is the multiplication table I will discuss with a simple loop. Okay, so you can see here we have created the multiplication table in this way, right? Now we will create the multiplication table with the help of the loop. Okay, what I am going to do is, you can see multiplication for number one table with loop. Loop is nothing but repeating the data, repeating the condition, repeating the instructions until the condition is satisfied. So what I am going to do, I am going to write a loop for count equals to 0, count less than 10, count plus plus. Okay, so how this for loop will execute? First initialization will happen, and then initialization will happen only at the first time. Okay, and every time the condition will get checked and it will execute the instruction. Once the instructions got executed, again it will comes to this place. Okay, it will increment the value, again it will check the condition, it will execute the instruction, it will increment the value, check the condition, and it will repeat it again until the condition is satisfied. Okay, so here what I will do, count plus 1. Okay, so I don't want all these things, right? So I will just pass the number 23rd table with for loop. Now you can see this, it got printed, right? You can see from 1 to 10 the table got printed. So it is much more simplest way, right, when it compares to the first this thing. Okay, so here we have printed so many consoles, right? But here you can see this, I have printed only one console. I am repeating the console, printing the console multiple times based on this condition. Clear? This is the for loop. This is how we can use the for loop. Clear, guys? This is how we can use the loops. It's very simple and not much. Okay. Uh, no, this symbol we will use in if we want to print some sort of data inside the console. So there will be multiple ways. In the last session we have discussed. So you can print in a double quote string, or else inside a asterisk symbol. So inside that symbol, if we want to print, then we will use this symbol to represent the data. Okay. Why are we learning JavaScript? I mean, what's application JavaScript? So when you, how will you control the functionality of the HTML and CSS without JavaScript? It's not possible. So that is why we are learning the JavaScript now. So from Monday you can understand. From Monday I will start how can we integrate the real application. You can understand. Okay. So how to use the JavaScript in the HTML you can understand. What is the use of JavaScript in HTML, CSS, web development also you will understand. Okay. In present code we didn't write calculator between every operation. Then how we get calculator as output every case. So here you can see you are talking about the case condition, switch condition, right? So in the switch condition, whatever the symbol that we are passing, so it will check the switch, the case will check. So if the symbol is matching to particular symbol, whatever it is there in the case, that particular case will get executed. Otherwise it will come to the default. So that is why here I am passing the plus. So plus is matching here. I am passing multiplication here into, so it is matching here. So it is printing this one. It is doing the operation here and it is doing this. Understood? So now you can just think like learning some new coding language or something. So once we started integrating, then you can understand real use of the JavaScript in web development. Okay. So any other doubts, guys? So tomorrow we will discuss about the string operations, array operations, and objects. Okay. So these three topics, if you completed, then we'll proceed further for the integration from Monday. So maximum for 2 to 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, or Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, I will discuss. After that, we'll start the project. Okay. If you have any ideas for your projects, come up with the ideas. We'll design that. Okay. Yep. Okay, guys. Then thank you everyone. Stop.